I'm feeling like it's really important to tell the story of why I'm going to India before I go. So basically, the journey began 20 years ago when, in the midst of coming first in my law degree, I, riddled with pain, had a dream that I needed to go to India. And in my dream, I said, no, I should finish my third year. And they said, no, you should go if you want now. And so I did. I deferred my degree and I went to India, and slowly but certainly the pain all disappeared from my body, and I just let go of all the trappings and became connected to the divine on levels that were unmistakable. Changed the course of my life completely and started to paint gods. I don't even know if that was the time. I lived in India between 2006 and 2011, and by the end I was painting gods on walls, and it was this incredible thing because I'd already finished my anthropology degree by then, which I went back and completed, and I'd studied India. And in my studies, I had learned about bhakti devotion and about the image of the god being the god itself, and that this divine all of life being a metaphor, and that this divine vision was awakening that portal from within. And it changed my whole conception of reality. And of course, I was young and I was traveling and experimental and unafraid, and I just really stretched consciousness as much as I could, in whilst keeping myself as safe as I could. And now I'm going back to specifically finish a book that I've been writing for quite a while, which kind of began in those moments of leaving my law degree and discovering stretching consciousness in that way, because it connected me with my roots, with my homeland, with my people, with my tribe, with my bloodline, with my songline. And it took me back to Israel, where I discovered my magic sticks. And my magic sticks, well, I shouldn't skip the magic. I shouldn't skip the man behind the magic sticks, because he was a wonderful person. Very, very wonderful person. And of course, sometimes you have little R regrets in life, and it's good because they help you move in the right direction. And the loss of that beautiful exchange is a little R regret. But I learned so much, and one of the things I learned was this incredible thing with this magic stick that I took forth into my life and multiplied into two and became masterful at this divine juggling toy. It's very, very beautiful, and it's illusion mixed with that omnipotent truth that underlies all things. And it's physics, actually. So my book is pretty much the breakdown of that physics, sort of shared through a lens of current social, cultural, global phenomena from the perspective that I see the patterns occurring. So it's quite dense in some parts, and it's quite deep and vulnerable in others, and it's a lot. And I'm really committed to finishing it and sharing it with the world. So going back to visit Ganesh, the remover of obstacles, and climb the mountain and let go of whatever I need to let go of, so that this book can come through and we can move on to the next chapter, whatever the next chapter is. But I mean, I'm just so incredibly excited for this period. I've really worked very hard to get here, and I quit my law degree with absolutely no worries about ticking boxes. I couldn't have cared less. I was there to be true to myself and to life itself. And I've really struggled in these last years with not having ticked the boxes. It's almost like my social conditioning is so deep that my younger self might have been able to shrug it off. But as I've grown older, not that I've necessarily followed any sort of social order, because this is my house and I've been living in it for a couple of years now, and I'm very comfortable, and she's nice. She's a good house, and it's a smart way of living. I'm excited. My fear is definitely the usual stuff, like how will my stomach go with the food. I have to be really careful because I got quite sick last time, so it's a bit scary, that bit. Overwhelm at the beginning, it's going to be pretty full on, and I'm terrified of it. But I just know I need to cross the boundary of my, yeah, it's gonna be okay, but my nervous system's taken such a beating in these last years. Yeah, I can only imagine that it's gonna be some kind of an equalizer. Yeah, so thanks for coming on the journey, and I will see you before India with another video on organizing myself for India.